guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. We are restarting Mermaid Week. I know we didn't do it for a while, but because I went on vacation and then got really busy with life. Today we are going to be talking about the sequel to the first video we did, Splash. So Splash 2 is a Disney Channel straight-to-DVD movie. Disney wants to forget about it, so you literally can't watch it anywhere other than YouTube. So if you want to watch it, you have to look it up on YouTube. Yeah, it doesn't star Tom Hanks and Hannah Darrell. Of course not. It's a straight-to-DVD sequel. They never really star the original cast. But instead, it's Tom Worthing and Amy Yasbeck. Beck? I don't know. Tell me if you know how to pronounce her name. Just let me know. So let's get into the movie, and all of my opinions on it, and if it's a good sequel or not. The characters are pretty different, but that's pretty normal for a sequel movie times. But when you're doing a sequel movie, it can be hard to keep the characters straight, especially if it's like a straight-to-DVD movie that comes out pretty soon after the original. But I guess this one, it makes a little bit more sense. They have been together for 4 years, living on an island, so they've both been away from their original home for a while. So people do change with that, and they're also married, and married people change. You know, life changes you. So it's not completely unreasonable that they would have changed and become slightly different people. And so here are some things I think the movie did well. The supporting characters are better in the movie. They feel more fleshed out. The character of Fern is super cute. I love Fern. Even though they do feel more fleshed out, they still aren't like completely fleshed out characters. I mean, the main focus of the movie is Madison and Alan, which is pretty normal for a romance movie. Especially for Disney, the main is always the main couple. So let's actually get into the plot of the movie, and not just the fact that I like the supporting characters more. So we pick up pretty much from where the last one ended, but like 4 years. So Madison and Alan, they're separated, they're living on an island, they haven't gone home. Madison shows him a new trick that she has where she can look and see what people are doing just by saying their names. And Alan finds out that his brother has pretty much ran the family business into the ground and really, really needs his help. So Alan and Madison decide to head back to help his brother Freddie. And that kind of contradicts in the first movie when she says, hey, if we leave, you can never come back. But that doesn't really bother me too much. Him and Madison go back. Alan starts working at the business, and they get this really good deal with this man. But he says that his wife has to like Madison. And so he sets that up. And Madison and Fern really, really, really get along. Even though Fern thinks she's a little weird. She thinks she's really funny and sweet and cute. But as this is going on, Alan quickly kind of slides back into his old tendencies of making his job his whole life and not really caring about the people around him as he should. Sorry, I'm looking at my script. They end up going to the aquarium for a business thing so that all the couples can like get together, meet each other, talk about business. Madison meets her old friend Salty the dolphin, who is living there and is like the main attraction. She wants to save Salty, but Alan thinks it will ruin the business because his boss is a main contributor to the aquarium where Salty is kept. And he really wants this business to do well. Madison finds out that Salty has been separated from his girlfriend and goes to find her. And because of this information, Madison goes to find Salty's girlfriend and tell her that Salty is alive and that he is kept at this aquarium. Alan and her get in a huge fight about this, but she leaves anyways. And she ends up meeting Salty's partner and finds out that his partner is pregnant. And he comes back and she wants to free him. She wants him to go be with his baby. Alan and her forgive each other, and Alan says that he will talk to his boss about when Salty is going to be released. He gives her the answer, but Madison finds out that the guy is lying and they plan on killing Salty. Alan says that he's not going to ruin his business for a dolphin, which really upsets Madison because this is one of her oldest friends. You know, he's not just a dolphin to her. He's his friend. He's her friend, and he's about to have a baby, and he won't get to be there for it. Freddie, though, talks sense into Alan and is like, dude, this is your wife who's also your best friend. Like, you need to be by her side. Yeah, so he comes and Freddie, him, Madison, and Fern help Salty get to the ocean and save his life. They come up with this plan to, lift him up and put him in a truck. And they have to keep splashing him with water over and over again to keep him going. And him and Madison at the end kind of decide, even though they don't always agree on things, that they'll always try to work together. Sorry. Alan asks Madison, how do mermaids have kids? And she tells him that he'll find out soon enough. Which they kind of leave it if she's pregnant or if she wants to become pregnant. But I mean, earlier in the movie, she said it's really important for Salty to be there for the birth of his kid. And then she looks at Alan pretty seriously. So I think she was already pregnant at that point. At least that's my theory. It might not be the truth, but it's my theory. About the pool scene where they have that conversation, they start playing in the water, because this is the first time she's been back, they're, making out and stuff, and the neighbor, who's, a total Karen, comes in, she's like, he's killing her, and calls the police, and the police show up, and they're just, swimming in the water together, and it was pretty funny. She's also, at the beginning of the movie, super offended that Madison's like, I want to kiss my husband, get out of my house. I thought that was really funny. She's just so offended by Madison being like, I like my husband. Squirrel. Sorry, my thing is not working right, so I can't see my script. So yeah, she thinks that, which is pretty funny. Yeah, so that's kind of my rundown of the movie. If you're a fan of the original Splash, I think the sequel is worth checking out. It's fun. You get to return to the characters that you know and love. But if you're not, I don't really see the point. It's not this new classic. I think Disney is right to want to forget about it. But it's okay. I give it a 5.9. I watched it. I sat through it. I liked it. I took notes. Yeah. So that's my opinion on the movie Splash 2, which is what it's really called. You can watch it on YouTube, like I said. Just look up Splash 2. Yeah. If you're interested, you should probably check it out. It is an okay movie. And an okay sequel. I think I probably would have liked it better if it wasn't a sequel to a movie I love so much. So if you liked this video, like and subscribe. And follow for more, and check out my Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook if you're interested in seeing more of my content. Yeah. So I hope you guys have a great day. Bye!